Hi there. So Mirza Ghalib's craftsmanship relies heavily upon his mastery of grammar and structure and his use of paradoxical statements. So I have selected one couplet for today. वाय दीवानगी-ए-शौक के हरदम मुझको आप जाना उधर और आप ही हैरान होना. So this couplet can be analyzed on three layers. First one is grammar and structure. Second one, paradoxical statement. And the third one is Sufism. So let's start with grammar and structure. So structure is one of the finely tuned instruments used by Mirza Ghalib. Through vocabulary and grammar, he shows a sense of uh, confusion, sense of breathless confusion. He uses Persian style constructions as well as repetition of words to give us a rhythmic statement. First word in this couplet is why. Why is an exclamatory mark when a person shows grief or sorrow. He uses why, afsos, alas. By using this word as a first word in this couplet, Mirza Ghalib immediately sets the emotional tone of this couplet. It's not just alas, but it's the power. It's the power that is beyond his control, and he is overwhelmed by this power. Second one is deewangi-e-shauq. This is a Persian style construction. In this type of construction, a sound is used to connect two words and it works as a single unit. Doubling the word aap in the second phrase, aap jana udhar or aap hi हैरान होना, basically the paradoxical statement of this couplet is this one. So in the first part, aap jana udhar shows oneself, one's behavior in going there, and then be amazed at one's own action. This is what where the craftsmanship or mastery of Ghalib relies. We can say that this second phrase is basically an action or reaction occurring at the same time. Action is the action is done by oneself uh, unintentionally, like aap jana, the person physically does something, and the second part aap hi हैरान hona, that is conscious part where a person is amazed at his own action being done by him. On psychological level, madness of desire or this couplet shows another way of looking at this couplet. So madness of desire, yeah, deewangi-e-shauq, is basically a state of mind in which divangi or madness takes the driver's seat of soul. A person loses his sense of agency. Agency is a sense that a person is the author of his own actions. When a person is under the influence of Divangi-e-shauq, so he loses that control. Resultantly, he becomes a split personality where his body does some action, or that action might be person might be going to beloved's uh, street or doing some action that a normal person wouldn't do, but then his conscious part, the second part of split personality, comes in and he looks at himself and becomes bewildered, amazed at his own actions. This couplet can also be analyzed through the lens of Sufism or mysticism. In Sufism, there is a concept called fana or annihilation of the self. So, in this concept, a person is driven by uh, magnetic force of the divine, and then he becomes selfless. So, this second phrase of this couplet can be analyzed that aap jana udhar, a person is driven by the divine self, and his magnetic power of the divine attracts him. So, unknowingly, without the sense of agency, a person is driven to the divine force. And then, when the person has reached at that very specific point, then the paradox of identity is revealed, and the person is amazed at his his as at being himself as a part of the divine power. आप ही हैरान होना, this हैरानगी, this state of being amazed is actually the realization, or in other way we can say, when a person becomes a part of the divine power, there is no I left. But when the person becomes aware of his state, he becomes Heran, and he is amazed. How is this possible that he is a part of the divine power, but still his self is sustained? So this refers to the common Sufism state that a person, when a person goes out, like common Sufism statement, a person goes out and sees that there is nothing but himself in the world, and then he goes out for looking for oneself, and then he sees there is nothing but God in the world. So this refers to the very that very statement. So this was it. It might have been a longer video today, but I tried myself to elaborate this. See you in the next video.